So Ashley and I connected via Hinge, the dating app, in the summer of 2020 during the pandemic. I perhaps should say reconnected because I stuck my foot in my mouth halfway through our first date when I said, "Hey, we're the same age. We went to USC. Did you do any extracurricular activities?" And she looked at me and said, "We worked on the same school newspaper together. We worked on the same sports section together at USC." And I was absolutely mortified. She forgave me. We had a good first date, a good second date. But when people ask me what was the turning point in our relationship, it was really the 2020 World Series. I had promised her on October 12th, before game one of the championship series. I said, if the Dodgers get to the World Series, we're going to go. They had just announced that some fans could go to the game. So I said, we'll find a way to go to Texas if the Dodgers get to the World Series. And I certainly didn't think that would happen when they were down 3-1 to Atlanta, but they came back and won game 7. And we booked the flight and we packed our bags. And at that moment, I realized that this is going to be a 10-day trip. And this woman that I was beginning to love so much, I was really fast tracking this relationship by saying, okay, now let's go to a hotel room in Texas for 10 days. But we had this amazing time. We had a great time at game 1 of that World Series. We got that big boomstick hot dog. It was just surreal. It was really the first time we had gone to a live sports event. There were seats that were taped up that you couldn't sit in. But we took our first picture together. Again, this was just the beginning of our time together. And we're there for 10 days. The Dodgers win the World Series. Corey Seager is the most valuable player. We really made her and Daniel Caesar's song the best part. That became our song, and we kind of played it on loop. And when we came home that night, when we came home from the trip, she was about to leave and go back home, and I stopped her at the door and I said, I don't want to live without you. I had the most amazing time with you the past 10 days. I want to make this home, I want to make it our home. I want to make my life our life. And she cried and I cried and we hugged and she moved in. And we made a promise. We said, listen, if the World Series is ever back in Texas again, we'll go. And it was really a joke because the Texas Rangers had lost 100 plus games in 2021. They were one of the worst teams in the league. But when they made it back to the World Series this year, we went. And once again, we went to game 1 of the World Series, got a boomstick hot dog again, and it was amazing. Her sang the national anthem, and Corey Seager had a big game-tying 2-run home run in the bottom of the 9th. It was just surreal. It was a perfect moment.